Saudi Arabia is reportedly set to host the top Hamas delegation today, further dimming Israel's hopes of forging official ties with the Gulf country. According to Arabic media reports, the delegation, which includes the terror group's political leadership, is on a mission to mend ties with Riyadh. For years, Saudi Arabia's relationship with Hamas has been cold and tense. Saudi leaders had blamed Hamas for the failure to reconciliate with the Palestinian Authority's Fatah party. In 2019, Saudi authorities even arrested dozens of Hamas-linked operatives, saying they were threatening the kingdom's rule. But following its landmark rapprochement with Iran, the Gulf state appears to be reconsidering its alliances in the region. Last week, U.S. media reported that Saudi Arabia's interest in establishing diplomatic relations with Israel had cooled in recent months amid ongoing violence in the West Bank and clashes at the Flashpoint Temple Mount site. And joining me in studio is Middle East correspondent Ariel Al-Saran. Ariel, what more can you tell us about this visit?
Right, Sarah. This is indeed a unique visit. The last time we've seen such a delegation from Hamas visit Saudi Arabia was back in 2015. And also that was unique because since 2007, since Hamas's violent takeover of the Gaza Strip, relations have been tense. But if we look a little bit broadly, this has been a very busy month for the Saudis. I mean, starting with a reconciliation with Iran, hosting the Syrian foreign minister in Jeddah, trying to convince local regional foreign ministers to re-administer the Syrians into the Arab League. Also peace talks with the Houthi rebels in Yemen, and finally today this high-ranking Hamas delegation. Indeed, a lot of diplomatic work going on in Riyadh and across the kingdom.
So Ariel, I want to ask you, how concerning are these renewed ties between Saudi Arabia and Hamas? And, you know, looking at it as a wider picture, Saudi Arabia renewing ties with Iran. I mean, is this concerning for Jerusalem, or is this perhaps a way for Jerusalem to have an eye on what's happening in these Iranian proxies through Saudi Arabia, through its Western ally, the United States?
I don't know if the connection between Israeli intelligence and Saudi intelligence is that close-knit so that it would be sharing information. Perhaps it would be the other way around. But if we're looking at wider implications, indeed, Jerusalem is viewing such a visit with concern. It's not a game changer, but it is an indication that in Riyadh they're not pleased with the current Israeli government's policies. And if we're looking on the flip side at what Hamas is trying to achieve here, they're definitely trying to increase support for the Palestinian cause. The visit to Saudi Arabia comes just a day after the head of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, is in Qatar in an event that hosts ambassadors and representatives from multiple Arab countries. And in that event in Doha, Haniyeh said that the Israeli violations against the holy sites of Islam and Christianity prove that the occupation is in conflict with the entire Arab nation. And that is the support that they're trying to garner. They're trying to kind of undermine not just the thought of the Abraham Accords, but more broadly trying to garner support by the Arab world, using these latest events, tensions up in the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, to try and cause more diplomatic isolation for Israel, at least from the Arab world. Look, as these meetings progress and more delegations come, we are indeed seeing a hit to Israeli diplomacy in the Middle East recently.
Ariel Al-Saran, thank you very much for that breakdown.
Thanks.